Hi kids, good evening. I hope you're all studying well. Now, when I try to talk about today's current affairs, we know for a fact that there are two major news that we will be discussing, and these are very, very important in terms of our regular and daily current affairs understanding. So, let's get into it. Let's try to see what is it that we will be, discussing about. So when I try to talk about this, another major event that has been, that we have been discussing for the last many years now, and we are seeing a positive growth over here. Now, India is now the third largest producer of solar power. Now, what do we try to talk about, or what do we mean when I'm trying to say this thing? Of course, in the year 2023, India overtook Japan to become the world's third highest producer for the solar power, and this was said by a report in International Energy Analytics Agency (EMBER) on the Wednesday, that is yesterday. Now, similarly, India generated 113 billion units of solar power in the year 2023. That was as compared to Japan's 110 basically billion units. Now, moving ahead, what are we seeing in terms of installed power capacity, which includes sources of renewable and non-renewable energies? We know India at the 73 gigawatt, that is 1 gigawatt is 1 billion watts, ranks fifth in the world, while Japan is at the third place with 83 gigawatts, according to the data computed by EMBER. We know for a fact that there have been a lot of schemes in terms of solar energy and solar power that have been recently introduced. So while you are making notes of these things, try to accumulate those as well. Moving ahead, we know for a fact at the COP's 28 meeting climate change conference, the world leaders committed to the tripling global renewable energy capacity by the year 2030. Now, this was aligning with the imperative to the limit to average temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius. We know for a fact that India stands among the few nations who are actively working towards this goal, and they are emphasizing the critical role of renewable energy in the addressing or while talking about the climate challenges. Moving ahead, continuing the same news, what are we seeing? That this data that the government's think tank Niti Aayog that suggested that as of May 2024, the solar power, while making up of 18% of India's total installed electricity of 442 gigawatts, made up only 6.66% of the power that was actually produced, and reflecting the gap between the potentials and the actuals. The power demand in Japan has been decreased by 2% in the year 2023 after rising in 2021 and 22. Thus, this was allowing India to overtake Japan. Similarly, if you see, however, renewable sources of energy made up to 30% of the global electricity produced. Now, renewable energies or renewables have expanded from 19% of the global electricity in 2000, driven by an increase in solar and wind power, to 30% in the year 2023. Similarly, China was the main contributor in 2023, accounting to almost 51% of the additional global solar generation and 60% of the new global wind energies or wind generations. Now, combined with the nuclear, what are we seeing? The world generated almost 40% of its electricity from low carbon sources in 23. So try to understand all of these things and not only look at it from the global perspective but also add in Indian perspective while you're making notes of this. Make sure that you're also adding certain schemes as well. Now, moving ahead, the next news, a very short one but very important one. Debt owned by South Asian nations to China hits record levels. We know Pakistan's total external debt stocks owned to China has surged from $7.6 billion in the year 2016 to $26.5 billion in the year 2022. Similarly, the debt owned by various countries, especially the South Asian and African, to China has multiplied in the recent years. So try to read about these things, and of course the debt trap that has been discussed in quite a lot of your classes, as well as this whole strategy. China is either the sole or the major lender of the majority of these countries. Similarly, according to the World Bank's latest international debt report of 2023, this was due to China's Going Global strategy, which was initiated in the year 1999 to improve Chinese investment and lending abroad. So try to understand these things. A strategy that was introduced 25 years ago has now come into a lot of picture and demand. So try to read about these things. Now, when we are trying to study about these things, it becomes important for you to know one important thing. What are the concerns or what are the major issues from Indian perspective? Of course, the neighboring nations try to succumb to these things. Disregard for India's sovereignty concerns and the threat to the Indo-Pacific strategy. So try to read about all of these things, and coming to the end, I'm hoping you are aware of the details. Similarly, I have some questions for you. When we are trying to talk about the solar strategies, quickly drop in the comment section and let me know when and how have we pledged to become completely, basically the pledges that had come in the COPs 28. So first question would be that, and the second would be China's debt policy. What is this policy and how many, basically when we try to talk about our neighboring countries, how many neighboring countries has China helped, and how is it affecting India? So try to quickly summarize these things and drop it in the comment section. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care, study well, and all the best.